Alright, good afternoon or evening everyone. Today's the 13th of January 2025, and we had an ice storm in the last week and the vegetation was quite frozen. Had a quarter to half inch of ice all the way around most of the leaves of the grass and fences, power lines, everything. And then we followed that up with 6 inches of snow on top of that. So it was didn't graze during that time. I really kind of felt like the animals would expend more energy trying to get through the ice on that grass than what they would get out of the grass. So fed hay for 6 days, and we had the ice thawed off on kind of Saturday evening, and so Sunday switched them over back to grazing. And so we are back grazing to keep going across the farm. I have about half the farm left that still needs to be grazed. That is stockpiled. And this grass here is mostly fescue. There's a little bit of orchard grass in here, but it's mostly fescue, and I'd say 60-70% fescue in here. And there's some obviously warm season stuff in here too. This has been stockpiled for, I'm gonna say 6 months. I think June was the last time I was in here. And so, but a couple considerations I want to talk about is that we're supposed to get pretty warm temperatures this week, and because of that, a lot of this ice and snow is going to continue to melt. This ground is going to get soft. It's supposed to warm up to 50 degrees this week, so it's going to get pretty soft. So I have doubled the area that they probably would need to graze, and expecting it's going to get up to 50 degrees. So this is the section that we are continuing to work across right here, which is nice. It's right next to the house, and I have a visitor that just had to come see me. So we are going to continue to work our way across this field here, and cows, I feel like, are doing great. Calves are ducking underneath the fence, doing a little creep grazing. I went ahead and set tomorrow's fence. You can see it right there on the other side of those calves. And that way it'll be easy working some longer hours at work right now. So it's nice to just come home, move a fence easy, and sorry for the shaky camera there. It makes it nice and easy. So the wanted to talk just a little bit. So cows, as they switch back from hay back over to this stockpiled grass, this is the first time they've been on this kind of longer stockpiled grass, and so continue to watch their body condition, gut fill, and then the manure as well. You can see they're immediately starting to graze this down to get to the greenest stuff there, and the cats really want some attention. That, or they need their food bowl refilled. So for manure, kind of watching it to see what it looks like. Obviously there's some stacking here, and then over here this looks pretty good. That looks good. And then so it's kind of a mix. We'll give them some time to adjust as we continue to graze across here, and then we'll adjust the size of the paddock to make sure that their rumen is getting what it needs. So you can tell this is a south facing slope where they're at right here, and then on that hillside over there is more north facing, but even the top of the hill with direct sun, it's been grazed off, and there is nothing growing except for the few inches of residual that has regrown compared to over here. And I think that this, being as tall as what it is, really held more heat in and therefore melted off faster. And so the so it's, I got distracted. My cat just ran over and grabbed a mouse out of this area that we grazed, and so I love to see that. It's just shows the life that's in here, and even though it's cold outside, when you got plenty of stockpile, animals are still really happy. So we will watch this though, and you know, grass I was on a week ago, I've been moving cows off every 3 days regardless, no matter what. And so I will watch this grass, but I'm going to continue to make sure after 3 days there is no, that they're not coming back to this, because even all of these little sprouts here are all going to start to jump in 3 days. And the last thing I want is the cows to come over here and start biting off that new growth. And so it's January 13th in southern Missouri, and the fescue is still growing. It's still sending up little shoots right after the cows graze it within 3 days. So we'll continue to watch, and I'm curious, after switching over to total grazing, whether or not we utilize our pastures a little bit better. And so like I said, we've got plenty of grass to get us through winter time, and we'll see. Hopefully we don't have any more ice storms. Snow does not bother me one bit to graze the cows in snow here in southern Missouri. My guess would be, and knock on wood of course, but my guess would be the 6-inch snow we got the other day will be the biggest snow we get all year here in southern Missouri. And we'll probably get some 3 and 4 inch snows, a couple of them. Typically I think we get 12 to 14 inches. You didn't really like the cat, did you? It's been a while since the cows have been up here close to the house, and I think the cats are just as curious of the cows as anyone else is. So they seem to be checking each other out more. So this cows are being protective. But this field over here was one of the poorest sections on the farm right here, and it just so happened that is where we were at when this ice storm hit, and so that's where I fed hay at. So as much as I hate feeding hay, that section of the farm will definitely benefit from having that added fertility in that little section right there. So all right, well, sun is setting, and I'm gonna sign off, and I hope you guys have a fantastic new year, and continue to graze on. So.